Hello there once again. Thank you for joining the Colour Passion channel today. I'm Kim Gow, co-founder of Colour Passion. Today's video we will cover the difference between the two whites that Colour Passion has to offer. Jackie has asked me to go back to basics, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So, top cell white versus the base white. The base is going to go underneath and we're going to put 4 colours on the top, then we'll probably do a swipe. And then we're going to, on the second small board, we're going to put the colours on first and then put the top cell white on the top, and we will blow that around and we'll see what lacing occurs with that. So the difference is the base creates a different lacing type effect than the top cell. So base goes on the bottom, top cell goes on the top. The 4 colours I thought we'll go right back to the basics, so we're going to have red passion, blue passion, purple passion and emerald passion. So basically green, blue, red, purple, and we'll have the same 4 colours on both. So let's go and see how it all evolves with the 2 different whites. Okay, here we are. We're back again in the studio, ready to get busy with this. Now, what I've done, I'm just using 2 old boards. I've lightly sanded the top for us so we can pour over. This one, I've got the tape around. That's the one I'm going to use the top cell white on. Sorry, that's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Go away, pussy. Yeah, top cell white on that one, and we'll use the base white on this one. And I think that's probably going to be a good way to go. So, I've got 3 cats, both of them, that decided to be up on my desk here. So, goodness only knows if they're going to stick their beak in the sticky resin. I always try to get them out of here. I don't know why they've decided that they want to play while I'm here. Anyway, because they love it probably as much as I do. Anyway, here we go. Right, now what I've done is first of all, I've mixed the resin. I've let that get to about 30 degrees centigrade, because I just find 30 is a really good temperature to pour it. And I'm just going to pop that into each of the cups. I've probably allowed, probably about maybe 175 maybe for each one. I didn't probably need to add quite that much, but I always prefer to have too much rather than not enough. So you can always, do another little project or something like that. So we'll put our whites into here and into this one. I do enjoy to use these silicone, because silicone actually is great for mixing the resin and it doesn't stir up too many bubbles, whereas wooden spatulas do tend to stir up more bubbles. So if you don't want too many bubbles, then it's a good idea to just get the silicone. And Jackie has them available on the website if you should want them, or you can buy them at your local art store, I'm sure. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to close that door, because I'm filming, and as it would be, my husband is in the other side and he'd probably come in and interrupt. All right, here we go. We've got our little cup here. I'm just going to put it here so you can see. Now, the base cell white is a lot runnier in basic language than the top cell. The top cell is quite thick by comparison, but with the base white, it's actually quite liquid. Just going to put a little bit more in. Just stir it. Now, we could put this all over the base of this board, or we can just pour it into sections. So maybe what I might do, I might put it over half, and then I might just pour like a little bit so there is some gaps, just so that we can maybe see the difference. It's actually been a long while since I've done a pour with just the base cell. Anyway, here we go. Whoops. And I have stirred each of the jars with the resin in them. with the resin, sorry, with the paste, the colour paste in them, because you should always give them a stir, especially if you haven't used them for a while. Always need to make sure that they're mixed properly in the resin, fully mix them. Now I've mixed my resin, and today we're going to use the Fast Cure Art resin, the Colour Passion Fast Cure, which I love. It really is my favourite. And we've mixed it 1 to 1. We've let it get to 30 degrees, and now I'm just mixing the colours in. Right, try and clean my gloves as I go. Seems I've already got red all over that one now. Such a messer. Goodness gracious me. All right, there we go for now. Now, next one is another one of my favourites. It's actually the blue, the blue passion. So we've got red passion, now we've got blue passion. I always love to use this one, funny enough, for my seascapes, and I particularly love the top cell white for doing wave action on a ocean pour. And I actually love putting the, goodness me, see, gosh, got a mental blank, the beautiful Max White Sparkle. That's what I'm trying to think of. The Max White Sparkle in it, and it just is so, so pretty. In fact, you know what? We could do that. I'm sure we could get away with doing that. I don't think it's going to make any difference because I've used it so many times. I'm just going to see what I can find here. Here we go. Got some here. So it's an old jar because I've just used it so many times. So what I'm going to do is just pop it in. I don't mind loading it up because I want to have lots of nice sparkle there. Then I'm just going to just gently mix it, because otherwise if I go really crazy, that fine sparkle will go everywhere. And it's not good to breathe that in. In fact, oh, look at that. Wow, see, I just love sparkle. Can you see that? Oh, it's gorgeous. I'm glad I decided to do that. I'm just going to put the ceiling fans on, just to suck up any of that. Anyway, now, next one, we're going to use Purple Passion. Purple Passion is a very deep purple. It is just gorgeous. Okay. It's such a rich purple. You can see by that. It's quite opaque. And you can put white with it, actually. You could even use your powders. We could put the sparkle in if we wanted to. We could put the white shimmer in it if we wanted to have like a light sort of luminous, luxurious shimmer to it. And emerald green. Emerald green is a great colour as well. And you know, you could mix the blue with this one, make a turquoise. You could mix yellow and make it sort of like quite a strong green. So don't be afraid to mix things together to see what you might create. And a little goes a long way, no more than 10% of colour paste to the mixture of your resin that you're putting it into. Because if you put more in, for a start, you're wasting it, but also it could go off and sort of do like a flash cure, which means it gets really, really hot and bubbly and steamy, and you've ruined it. And it could be quite dangerous because, I mean, it's never happened to me because I've never been heavy-handed with it, but you can, in fact, probably even, you know, create it to ignite because it could get really hot. But anyway, hopefully everybody will be fine and they won't do it. All right. So I'm just putting on one side of the stick there. This is the top cell white, so it is thicker, and it is important to really mix this up properly as well. There is something so therapeutic about mixing resin and pouring resin. I just love it. Never got tired of it in 7.5 years, now that I've officially retired from the business side of Colour Passion, and Jackie's doing a wonderful job in looking after everybody herself now. It is amazing, but I am just enjoying being on this side of it, so I can just create and relax and yeah, do lots of art things, which I just love. All right, so maybe we'll try the base white, Passion Base Cell White. All right, so what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to like load it up on this side. Just put it across so we've sort of got like a solid base of white. Because this is for demonstration purposes, I'm really not worried about, you know, it looking amazing. But it probably still might turn out okay. But I'm just going to put this in. It'll probably dribble over the side. All right, and then what I'm going to do is sort of on this side, I'm just going to put it like so. And I'll put the colours over the top, and then we'll action it with a swipe. See what happens. Okay, there we go. Right, so now let's see what we're going to do. We'll do some, no particular order, but maybe we'll do some red first. We will do some gorgeous sparkle blue. Hope I've got enough of the other board because I'm being really heavy-handed here. We're using some purple. And some emerald. They're all just absolutely luscious colours. All right. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to probably just tilt it just so it's sort of covering the board a bit, which it is because I've got plenty there. I'm just going to pop that around there so that I know that it's sort of coming over the edge, because resin will go where resin's been, so it will just gently drip over. And that's the other reason why I've waited for this to get to around 30 degrees before I work with it. I just think you get a better result. Oops, sorry, I knocked the stand there. Oh, look at that beautiful green, it's gorgeous. All right, need another wipe, and the wipes I use are the sugar soap, the Sally sugar soap wipes. They're available from, in Australia, the Bunnings warehouse, our hardware chain here, but of course in America I'm sure you'd get similar, because we have lots of American followers, we have New Zealand followers, so we've got it all. You guys are just the best. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to just run the heat gun over and blow it a little bit. Interesting, the little white dots, look at that, all coming up. And that's the base white already sort of coming through. I mean, I could just blow it a bit, just to show you. Maybe on this side. I'll just show you kind of what it looks like when it's all mixed up. Sort of, it's a little bit like swiping, but obviously with the heat. Now what I'm going to do, I've just got these and they're like a thick sort of a paper, and I'm just going to get it and I'm just going to put it across like so. You can also use baking paper. I've used that many times and it works well. You've got to have it sort of so that it's like that, not like that, if that makes sense. So we're just gently, just making sure it's in contact with the resin, just gently pulling it across. And I'm not using it a second time. I'm just grabbing another piece and again, just making sure it's dipped in and dropping it. just spotted a pussycat hair there. That's the problem with these pussies, especially this time of the year. Lots of long hair. Now I've just turned that over to go over there for no particular reason. What can we do? Okay, maybe we just go here and we'll just pull it like straight down like so. You can see here how it's sort of just gently lacing. Oops. I actually do want to have this just probably, I might just make this just a little bit deeper so that it's sort of pulling some off, so that the white might be able to come up a little bit better. You can see it really lacing around here. But maybe what I might do now, I might just get the heat gun and just gently heat that. And I then might just, because I've blown it around now, I might just put this here and let's just see what happens. Yep, pops up here, so it's quite lovely. And it running off the edge. And quite a bit will run off still. In fact, I might just put that bit across like so. Like so, and see what it does. So colour on the top, that's it. And we'll just see, but you can see there's a different sort of lacing altogether there. And the other way I guess you can stretch out the cells too is simply by putting it at an angle and just letting it run, and that also will stretch the cells so you can get a different type of effect again. Just gently pushing that there, letting it roll over. Just very gentle, delicate type of sort of cells and lacing here. Very different to the other one. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put, I'll just pull the dark here over the top. No, it's still going like that. Anyway, it's all right. I just thought that the darkness here might have worked okay over the top, but maybe not. I'm just fiddling really. All right, we're just going to leave that and see what it does. All right, and you can imagine if it's a big board, then it's obviously going to look different again. These were just like really tiny boards. Now, all right, let's get moving on the other one. And we'll start, for no particular reason, but we'll just put the purple on. We will put the green on, or emerald. We will put the red on, put the blue on the top, I think. Okay, the red. I cannot believe how long it's been since I've just used base colours like this, because I'm always using sparkles and beautiful luminous colour shift type paste that we've been creating recently, which I just love. but it's just so fun to get back to the basics. So I hope you're enjoying it. Please leave me a message in the comments below. I promise I will get back to you. The emails don't come directly to me anymore, so I'll have to just keep dialing in and checking, but I will do that. And let me know if there's any questions you might have. We will be putting the products that we've used in the comments down below. Not the comments, but you know, in the where we do the description. I'll have all these on there ready for you. Right, we've got all the colours. So now what I'm going to do is I actually might just we could either leave it like this and just gently heat it and let it move over, then put the white over the top. We might even just do that for a change, perhaps. Just a little bit, just heat it gently. Just gently move it around. And I know it's not going to roll off because that's why I have the tape on it, because I want to hold it. And the reason is because let's say if you were doing a pour and you had something really pretty happening on the top, if you didn't have the tape it would just roll off the side like the first one will do. But because I wanted to sort of demonstrate the swiping effect, that's why I left it. Right, that will be okay, I think, because once I put some white on it's going to move anyway. Okay, so with the white you can just put it wherever. It's probably enough because we'll probably add some more. Now what I'm going to do, I've got a new heat gun and I'm trying to keep it clean. Well, that's a joke, isn't it? So it's probably not going to happen, but anyway, just wipe my gloves. And then I'm going to come over the top of this and I'm going to hold it until I can see that it's lacing. Very, very pretty. Okay. I'm going to put, I think, a little bit more white and we'll just put it in the middle here and we'll blow that and see how that goes. Almost like a little flower. So you can see how there's a very different type of lacing here. And again, on a big board, you can get some really beautiful large lacing. Because we're on a small board, it's obviously not as easy. When we take this tape off, and generally I would leave it about 20 minutes before I remove that tape so that it started to gel and set up a bit. So that's the two different types, and you can see here and then here. So what I'll do, I'm going to let this sit for 20 minutes, then I shall come back. I'll take the tape off and I'll show you then what we're going to do. Okay, I just had a look at this and I just poured a little bit of some of what was left in the containers. And I'm just going to add just a little bit more of a swipe, just to see if we can get it swiping a little bit better. Don't know if we can or not because it's been a while, but you know, I never give up and give in. I just try it another way and just see, you know, what happens. Just going to do this here and oops. And there's a little bit sort of picking up there. Just going to hit it with the heat gun as well, just to heat it a bit. Very good. Just picked up, you know, a few more cells here and there. Lovely. All right, well, I'll be back in a little bit and we'll take that tape off. All right, here we are back again. I'm just going to pop this tape off. This is, because it's quite small, there actually is a lot of resin on here. Probably too much really, but we would have got probably better lacing if, I'm just pulling that away from me, if we had have had less resin perhaps on it. The tape's sticking really well to the resin that was underneath, which is good. All right, just going to pop that into the bin. All right, now what it's doing is going to just gently roll over, and for your beautiful big pieces you want nice edges. So I'm just going to roll around and make sure that the bottom half is wet with resin, because resin will go where resin's been and it will adhere to it, and it'll be, you know, probably quite pretty really. I'm loving this. That's pretty as well on that. And this one's quite soft. I actually did put over some of our Fusion Relax off camera, because I always use that on all my pieces just to remove any surface bubbles. So there we go. You know what, I'm going to try something a little different here because we can. I'm going to pop a little bit more white on here. I'm going to blow it again and just see what happens, because I find the longer I leave this resin, the better it laces. So I'm just going to give it a whirl and see how we go. Straight down the middle, over the top of it, just blowing it out. And we'll just see what happens. You can see here the beautiful lacing that occurred. It is kind of like a cloudy flower almost, but there's so many things that you can do with it. As I said, you know, we could have, like, let's say if it was a seascape and you wanted the wave of an ocean, where you would put a thin line and you would blow it up to get that effect. So, okay, let's have a look. Let's put it, just so that you can get on what I'm saying, just going to put a line around here, and I'm going to blow it up and see what happens. Ooh, the green and the blue mixing is so pretty. Okay. Just wanted to show you that as you thin it out, that's when you're going to get that lovely lacing. Nice, fine, delicate lacing. So, you know, we've got that, and then we had the bigger one that I just destroyed. I got more white. Hey, let's put a bit more on, hey, and see what happens. But I did just want to show you how you could do that. This is not an art piece to go on the wall. It's purely a demo of the whites, so that's what I want to show you. See how that just goes into just the most beautiful lacing. It's just really a great resin, and it does make a difference, the resin that you use. So there we go, folks. Now you've seen top cell and base cell, and I'm going to show you it once it's cured, and we'll have a little chat then. The other thing you can do is just with perhaps a silicon based little pen here, little tool, you can do swirls. So depending on what sort of a piece you want. So there's obviously all sorts of what you can do. I'm just having a little play and loving playing. So anyway, there you go. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, everybody, I decided, I enjoyed that so much, I'm going to do another 2 little small panels. So I'm going to change the colours up. I'm going to use Jackie Shimmer for a nice deep dark colour. I'm going to use Spearmint for just to have as an offset for tone so that it's not too all dark. And I thought I'd put a bit of rustique in. Oh, I love this color, rustique. Beautiful. So I'm going to put that in. And I thought we would put some, oh, I can't read it there, but molten gold. Just scribble that on there, but yeah, molten gold. So they're the colors I'm going to use. And we're still going to be using it with the Passion Base Cell White. And that'll go on the other one there. So I have given all the tubs a bit of a stir. So now we'll just be popping it in and mixing it in. The temperature was around 30 because that's the temperature that I like to work with, as I've mentioned before. Okay, what else can we do? We've got, oh, I love this Jackie shimmer. It is just gorgeous. Never get tired of using these colours. They are beautiful. And this one's like a really dark turquoise sort of a shade. If you can see it there in the light, it's just gorgeous. Love it. Then we'll use our rustic, and I'm just nearly out of this one because I just love it that much and I've used it so much, so I'll have to get some more. Do yourself a favour, if you haven't tried this rustic, it is quite magical. I love it. Look at that, it's just got a beautiful little, just a mild sort of a sparkle in it as it hits the light. Then I'm going to put in some molten gold, just to add a little bit of glitz and glamour to it. Giving that a really good mix. And you can see there, beautiful gold. All right, so they're the 4 colours we're going to use. Now I'm going to add the base white into this cup. Even though it was only, a short time ago that I mixed the white, I am still pouring more in. Sorry, what I meant to say. Pouring more in. Yes, I am pouring more in, but I'm mixing it before I pour it into the cup is what I was trying to say. Alrighty. Just, because it's quite full, but it'll be okay. Just want to make sure it's all mixed properly into the resin. I do not want unmixed pieces of paste floating around because we will not ever get the result that we want with resin unless we mix it properly. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, and I'm using the Fast Cure Art Resin, the Colour Passion one, which, as I said earlier, is my favourite. All right. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put maybe white all over one, and the other one, I'm just going to put, a few little bits on it, and we'll see. But I wanted to do the white to have a bit of negative space, so I'm just going to put a little bit of colour, and I'm going to, move that over. So we'll see how that all goes. Just going to put this over it like so. Of course, I'm reusing over old boards, testing boards, so, but as I said to you earlier, this is not about an art piece. This is about technique and just showing you the different ways you can use the whites. So we'll just concentrate a little bit more on the base, because in Australia we tend to use, well, I've always tend to use myself, the top cell. So, and I love it, but I mean, this base cell does some incredible things as well. And I know we've got a very big following in the USA, very big following of the base. They love it. So we can only but see what we do. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hit this with a heat gun, just to break any surface tension here. Then I think I'll just let it sit for a little bit. Oh gosh, I've got lots of white here. I've got plenty. Didn't want to put too much on in case I, didn't have enough, but I think I've got plenty. Just going to put a little bit more over here. Run my finger around, because remember, resin goes where resin's been, so I want to have it so that it, even though it's only a small board, just so that it runs over the side. And then we'll have it in our warehouse for people to have a look at when they come in. Oops. And see if they like it. And of course, Jackie will know how to advise you, because she's very good at these things. And it was actually four that she did with Spearmint, Jackie, and the Molten Gold that I loved. So, there we go. All right, now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put just a little bit of colour, and I'm going to sort of drag it across. So, maybe just a bit here. Maybe just a little bit there. A little bit of the gold. And a little bit of the rustic. Oh, I can't help it, I love that rustic. Look at it, it's so beautiful. All right, now I have no idea how this is going to turn out, so we'll just give it the whirl. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this in here, and I'm just going to pull it over. Wow, that is really pretty. Of course, it's sort of sitting on the top there, so it's just a different way, really, being able to do it. But oh gosh, I love it. I love the colours together. Very pretty. And that rustique with the other coming around, it's really pretty. Let me have a look. I love that side. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look. Don't want to overdo it. Just want to have it sort of soft and pretty, but with a bit of depth, if that makes sense. Look at that. Look at the little cells there. So this was a really good way to do it, actually. And I'm just going to very gently, actually I won't use that one. I'm going to use a lighter one. And we'll come off like that. I think maybe, just sort of wanted to kind of have it so that it looks like it's meant to be. It's actually as it is. In fact, what I'm going to do, I think, because I just love that so much, I'm just going to put a bit more there, and I'm going to drag that over. I think that's what I'm going to do. And a little bit of gold as well, and just drag that across and see. Here we go. Just a little bit more depth to that, if you like that. But I still love that, and I want more of that. So I'm going to, and you can do this. You can just pop a little bit more on and see what happens to it. I can probably even, yeah, let's just come this way. That way. Just with a little bit of, just a light touch there. I'm really loving this already. All right, so now I think it might be good just to leave that and see what pops up. I think we'll do that. And what we'll do is we'll pour on the other one, and I'm going to pour the white first. And I'm just going to sort of, how will I do this? Yeah, I'm just going to pour it sort of just in some little spots, not all over, just in some spots like so. Then You can see the colours underneath actually are the same, except for without the other one. Okay, then we will put this gorgeous Jackie shimmer on it. And we will put also a bit of the molten gold. And my favourite. Oops, it was a bit much there, wasn't it? Got a bit carried away. That's all right. I'm going to put, I think, maybe just a little bit more of white. Not too much, just I think that's probably going to be enough. Then what I'm going to do, I think, I'm going to just maybe just hit it a little bit with the heat gun. I wonder. I did underneath with the other one, didn't I? So we'll just do that. I mean, you can experiment, obviously. I could probably just blow this actually with that, and you can see already, you know, how the little cells are opening up here, which is actually quite pretty as well, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I can't help it. I do know. I'm just going to put a bit more there. That's what I can. I love it. And now, what I'm going to try, I'm just going to try just sort of scooting across maybe from that side, just sort of coming across like so, and we will see how that goes. I might just get this and I'm just sort of pulling it over really to cover the edge of the board. Colours together actually are beautiful. Got to tell you, loving them, absolutely loving them. The Rustique with that Jackie in particular is just to die for. Right, I'm just going to sort of push this over a little bit with my fingers so that it's over the edge. It's interesting because this base white would have to be at least 7 years old when we first started decanting. And the reason I know that is because when we very first started, we actually had it in this the gold lids, which didn't give a good seal. So that's why we've gone to the black, and with the foil, we heat seal them. So that's why I know how old that is. So, and it's, look at this. I love this. Absolutely love it. It's elegant, it's delicate, the colours are there, loving the negative space. This one is full of colour, it's a bit different, but I'm still really, really loving it. I'm just going to hit it with a heat gun again, just gently. No, a bit more. Just going to let it sit like that for now. You can see some beautiful little lacing here, delicate lacing, but nonetheless. And look at that there over the, well, the Jackie is over the rustique, and look how beautiful that is there. And in the light, I can see like the gold there. And the other thing I've just spotted is a very naughty, where is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to find my pick here. Right. That will do. I've just spotted a hair, and it's probably one of my pussycat's hairs because another one's stepped in now. Oh, you know what? I love this. Actually, I love these better than the ones we did earlier. The ones we did earlier, I still really like the topsoil one. The other one's actually still pretty as well, but I really love this one. And this one is just different altogether. It's really pretty. I'm going to blow that a little bit more. The reason for that is because that gold, I would like to sort of have it a bit more like it is going into there. I'll just sort of blow this over and just see how it's going to go. I don't want it sort of like too heavy. I just want little delicate veins of it, if that makes sense. Just pushing that over to see what happens with that. Just a little bit more here maybe. Lovely. I'm going to put, I think, I'm just going to try this a little bit more rustique. Maybe here. Because I've got all this leftover resin now, so what am I going to do with it? Well, I'm just going to have a little play. So I did make up too much. And I'm going to put the Jackie over there, and I'm just going to see, blowing it gently, how that comes up. I still love those two together. Beautiful. It's interesting because I've obviously got more white over here and I've got more colour here. So, you know what? Let's try it. I'm just going to put a bit of white here and I'm going to blow it and see what happens because it will be mixing with it anyway. Nothing like mucking around. Not really so much like that, so I'm just going to put a bit more of my favourite colour on. And a bit more Jackie. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll actually just try and swipe it first and I'll just sort of see what happens with that. So it just gives a different effect altogether, doesn't it? All right, look, I think we're going to leave it at that because I'll just keep mucking around and, you know, don't want to mess it up. So I'm just looking for that other, it was the silicone stick. Oh, it's over here. Because that's another thing, obviously, you know, you can play with. And I've just spotted another hair over here. Right. I mean, we could, again, like we sort of did on the first one, we can just come up. We can just swish it if we wanted to, or not. over here. Just for mucking around. I actually like how they've all pushed together as well, actually. I'm just going to, again, hit it with the heat gun. This is on the slower speed, just to break in those bubbles on the top. And see how it goes. Okay folks, look, I think I'm going to leave it at that because otherwise I'll mess it up, but I do like these, and I love that one. So there you go. There's another idea, having negative space and just a little bit of colour as opposed to lots of colour. But I certainly do love, you know, how all this is just delicately all come together too. If I get any more brainwaves shortly, I'll come back. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, everybody, I've decided I'm going to do a little bit more swiping and see what happens. So I'm just going to just put just a little bit on like so and just sort of like drag it through. Just to sort of, I didn't kind of like how that went a bit hazy there. So I just thought I'm gonna, you know, just play a little bit more. And I thought, well, I'll include you as well. See, it's a different look altogether, isn't it? And I think I'm going to do it on the other side as well. I'm just using baking paper for this. Let's just see what happens when I kind of do it on this side as well. Okay. Okay, let's just go around over here like so. You've seen all sorts of things today, haven't you? Gosh, and I've enjoyed playing. Just make that a bit smaller, I think, and we'll just see what happens. Just touch it there. Over here like so. Interesting, the white here, how that's obviously come through, and a little bit here as well. So you're still getting that delicate lacing, and this is you know, quite some time after we've poured this, so it's actually quite interesting how it all manifests. So I've still got the white here, so I think I'll put a little bit more on here. Then what I'm going to do is put a little bit more Jackie shimmer on it, maybe a little bit more gold, because I've got oodles there. And I'm going to, again, just get this here and put it over like so. And see, this long after, you know, we'll just see if that still laces as well. Just swirls of this and swirls of that. So it's just swirls all over now. Yep, see how it's still lacing there? That's cool. Very cool. Okay. Let's put just a little bit more white down here. It's amazing that it's still this workable. I have to say, I'm very impressed. That like so. as we can. And it's just swirls and swirls now. I'm just going to put the heat gun on. Just on low and just see what it does. Well, very different from what it started, but that's all about exploring. And you know my catchphrase, don't you? If you don't give it a go, you'll never, never know. So you just jump into the deep end and give it a whirl. And that's all I've done here today, just to see what's going to happen. So, you know, you can, I really just wanted to also just show, see, look, it's lacing little cells, and that's coming through from the bottom. Not so much any here, but if I put a bit more white over there, and then swirl it again, then I'm sure it will fill. Look at that. Still some beautiful little white lacing popping through there. Little cells, and they'll probably expand a little bit. You know what? I think that's enough. I have done absolutely crucified this piece, haven't I? But just goes to show you can just keep going. But knowing when to stop, that's always the thing, isn't it? And I'm just looking over at that other beautiful piece, which I absolutely adore. And I think I might do a really big piece, actually, like this one, because look at how they've just expanded. Love it, love it. So I really think that I will do that maybe in the next couple of days even. I'll just see, I've got so much happening at the minute. An exhibition about to commence, so it's full on it down this end. Anyway, there we go. All right, everybody, let's leave it at that for tonight. See you in the morning. Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are, just going to show you our pours that we did yesterday and last night. So, okay, so we've got the first one here, and this one was done with the base cell white. You see, interesting, different kind of little cells popping up here and there. And this is the one that I totally overworked. But anyway, that was just sort of how it ended up. It is difficult, I must say, to get the designs, if you like, that I would want on a smaller piece. I prefer a bigger piece. So this is about 25 centimetres. Anyway, there's that one. I have to say, I love this one. Although, in hindsight, next time I want to do a bigger piece and I'll film that. But I wanted to, I'll put the base on first. Then I'm going to let it sort of set for a bit, because I found that it sort of kept going, and I would like it if it was a bit smaller. But otherwise, look at these amazing cells. And that's just with the base white once again, putting the colour over and just giving a little gentle swipe. But I really like that one. And this one, we have, again, sections of the white underneath, the base white. And we've got this selling happening there like that. So it's really quite a different kind of cell, but very interesting. And you can see the different array that we've got, you know, from this type of cell to this. And then this one we did the top cell, and the top cell never fails. I mean, I just love the selling action that it gives. And again, there was quite a bit of resin on here because I probably put way too much, because smaller board and it keeps running, and I'm just used to doing bigger boards. But anyway, you get the idea. So there we go. So that is a little bit about the top cell and the base cell. Base, the white goes underneath, and the top cell, it goes on the top. So there you have it now. Please send me anything through the comments that you'd like to see, or any comments on your experience with the base white. Love to hear from you, and I promise I'll get back to you. And remember, if you don't give it a go, you'll never know. Okay, folks, let's leave that for another week, and I'll see you next time on the channel. Bye for now.